I had a service provider once or twice. It was just epic failure, I would say,
Okay.
the way that it all transpired. So I just searched on my own, and that's what I did a lot. A lot of my week was I had KPIs lined up, and we said, okay, well, I said I will reach out doing online, and then I'll do some calls. I didn't push the calls as much as I should have, but so off market deals, but a lot of the on market deals, the various websites I was able to find. And that's what brought me to the first deal. It was a very unique deal. I actually said no to it. I actually worked with this group prior on some other deals. With this particular deal, I said no to it at first because it actually had a negative net income. But the way that the business was ran, it was unique. And I seen like the actual profit centers, and it was actually advertised as 1.5 million EBITDA.
Okay. So what was the revenue on that business?
7.7 million ish.
Okay, so
It was actually 8
7.7 million.
million. It was 8 million 8 million advertised, but as we got at that time, it actually gone down in revenue a little bit since then.
Okay, and then you said 1.5 million EBITDA.
Yeah.
Okay, and so you saw it at first. It had a negative net income, and then you went back and it actually have 1.5. So what was making it negative? Was it just a lot of backs?
That's exactly what it was. He had a very high salary, has family on the payroll, and then he had a lot of backs, expenses going through the company.
Okay, so a lot of ad backs, and
Yep.
so how did you find out the real number? Did you actually do a quality of earnings report, or did you go do a financial due diligence to get to that number?
Yeah. So when I first said no to the broker,
Yeah.
it caught my eye because it was all 1.1.5. It had the revenue. It had the exact business. It was in Florida. It was just everything that I'm like, oh, this is great. This is great. And then he sent me the information over. I'm like, negative. No, I'm just not gonna. I'm gonna say no to it.
Yeah.
But then he said, well, Paul, why is that? Actually, there's a lot of ad backs. Here's more information. And so I said, okay, I'll take a look at it because I have a relationship with him. And looked at it. So, okay, here's all the ad backs. Got my CPA involved to do a financial due diligence, kind of a partial due diligence in that way.
Okay.
And I said, okay, it's worth pursuing from there.
Okay.
That's what brings me to I took some notes in the sense of what I wanted to share.
Yeah.
Is just don't get so emotionally tied to the business beforehand.
Yeah.
Because as someone who is going to acquire, the group that's watching this to acquire, it's really easy to get emotionally tied to a deal. And so not only at first was there like, oh, this may be great. It was an emotional response then, but diving deeper into the deal and actually getting close to the owner, there was more of an emotional attachment when I realized now should just walk from day one. So no, should go with my gut. So
yeah. So talking to the owner made you more attached to the business.
Yeah, because he really was attached. I'm good at talking to owners, and I think he really, really liked me compared to other people he have spoken to as well.
Okay. And so did you make them an offer before doing that pre-due diligence, or or you just did that before you write an offer?
I met with him before making the offer because I felt like if there was other offers on board.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Paul. Maybe it's a little bit less. Maybe it's this, but you know what? I like that guy, and so I felt like that would be the best approach.
So what was the offer that you gave him?
It was 7.75. It was a little bit. It was a little bit higher.
So like almost 5x.
5.2.
5.2x.
But we were getting. That's where another key point is structure is greater than price.
Yeah.
And in this, we were able to structure where he was seller financing like 80%. It was something outrageous.
Okay.
Because of all the ad backs. So if you're looking to sell a business,
yeah,
you want to have some people consult you because you want to have clean books for 2 years in the sense there's a lot of ad backs, not a lot of personal expenses running through the business.
Yeah.
He had so many, and some I would just say dubious or controversial, where it wouldn't be SBA involved.
Sure.
And some banks maybe wouldn't be very careful of wanting to lend on it. And I found that early on. And I knew that early on. That's why I said no and had a long talk with a broker, but we talked through some things. And so that's what led to the really high. I think the deal ended up being I come to the table, cash at closing 1.5 million of cash, and then the rest is seller financed. So whatever that percentage is,